Microsoft Authenticator is changing. Set up your passkey before August 1st. Imagine waking up one morning to find that all your stored passwords have vanished into thin air. This is the stark reality that Microsoft Authenticator users are facing, as the app's password management features are being discontinued, with all stored passwords set for deletion on August 1st. But here's the thing. This move is not just about deleting passwords. It's about revolutionizing the way we think about online security. Microsoft is making a bold shift towards Passkeys, a digital authentication method that's being hailed by security experts as the future of online logins. But what exactly are Passkeys and how do they work? In a nutshell, Passkeys aim to eliminate the need for complex, memorable passwords by leveraging existing biometrics, such as facial recognition or fingerprints, digital patterns or PINs to grant account access. They operate on a two-part encrypted code system. One half is stored securely by the user, often in the cloud via a compatible verification app like Authenticator or on a physical security dongle, while the other resides with the service or application being accessed. This dual-key approach significantly enhances security, making it much harder for hackers to gain unauthorized access to your accounts. However, a key drawback is the requirement to set up individual passkeys for each compatible service or application, which can be a challenge for users managing multiple accounts. So why is Microsoft making this pivot? The answer lies in the escalating threat of cyber attacks. In a recent blog post, the company highlighted the staggering statistic that there were 7,000 password attacks per second in 2024, more than double the rate from 2023. It's clear that passwords are no longer the secure solution they once were. But here's where it gets controversial. Some experts argue that passkeys are not the silver bullet that Microsoft claims they are. They point out that the process of setting up individual passkeys for each service or application can be cumbersome and time-consuming. And this is the part most people miss. The fact that not all websites and applications have fully adopted passkeys yet, meaning traditional passwords will still be required in many online spaces. So, what can you do to prepare for this change? Setting up a passkey within the Authenticator app is straightforward. Many users will have already received a guided prompt to do so in recent months. If not, simply open the Authenticator app on your device, tap on your account, and select the Set up a Passkey option. Then follow the on-screen instructions. Crucially, all your old passwords remain synced to your Microsoft account. To access them after the August 1st deadline, you will need to install the Microsoft Edge browser on your chosen device and log in. For iOS users, navigate to Settings, General, Autofill Passwords, and enable Edge. Android users should go to Settings, General, Management Passwords, and Autofill Service, and select Edge. Desktop and laptop users can find their passwords by opening Edge and navigating to Settings, Profiles, Passwords. Here, you should also find an autofill toggle and an option to save new passwords. If you prefer to use a different password manager, you can export your Authenticator passwords. Open the Authenticator app on your device, then navigate to Settings, Export Passwords. This will generate an export file containing your data. Most password managers, including those built into other browsers or Apple and Android's native keyring apps, offer an import option that should accept this file. Should you encounter difficulties during the import process, consulting the customer service lines of your chosen password manager is advisable. While Authenticator will no longer manage passwords directly, it will continue to serve as a vital tool for multi-factor authentication, one-time passwords, and biometric logins for passkey-compatible services. Its password management and autofill functions are now being consolidated within the Edge browser. As we move forward into this new era of online security, It's essential to take action to secure your digital credentials ahead of these changes. So, we want to hear from you. Do you think passkeys are the future of online security? Or do you have concerns about their implementation? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Microsoft Authenticator ending password autofill. What you need to know. Imagine waking up one day to find that all your saved passwords in Microsoft Authenticator are about to vanish. Deleted forever. Sounds alarming, right? Well, that's exactly what's happening as Microsoft prepares to retire the password autofill feature in its popular Authenticator app. By August 1st, users will no longer have access to their stored passwords in the app, marking a significant shift in how we handle digital security. But here's where it gets controversial. Microsoft isn't just removing passwords for the sake of it. They're pushing a modern, more secure alternative called Passkeys, a technology that security experts praise as simpler and safer than traditional passwords. Passkeys eliminate the need to memorize or even see complex strings of characters. Instead, you use your existing biometrics like fingerprints or facial recognition or PINs to gain access. Think of passkeys as a digital duo, one half held securely by you, stored either in the cloud or on a physical security device, and the other half kept by the service you want to log into. It's a bit like having a lock and a key that only fit together to grant entry. Microsoft highlighted that in 2024, the rate of password attacks soared to an astounding 7,000 attempts every second, more than double the rate in 2023. This alarming spike fuels the argument that passwords, despite their centuries-long reign, might finally be on their way out. But here's the catch. Not every website or app supports passkeys yet. This means users must juggle both traditional passwords and passkeys during this transition, a potentially confusing and inconvenient stage. If you're among those who haven't switched to another password manager or set up passkeys yet, don't worry. Microsoft has tried to ease the process. Recently, the Authenticator app has been prompting users to set up passkeys through a guided setup. If you missed that, you can still manually create passkeys by opening the app, selecting your account, and following the instructions under the Set up a Passkey option. Here's some good news for users anxious about losing their stored passwords. All your passwords remain synced with your Microsoft account. However, after August 1st, you'll need to use Microsoft's Edge browser to access them. This means installing Edge on your device and signing in. For iOS users, simply go to Settings, General, Autofill Passwords, and enable Edge. Android users can head to Settings, General, Management Passwords, and Autofill Service and select Edge. On laptops and desktops, open Edge, go to Settings, Profiles, Passwords, where you'll find toggles for autofill and options to save new passwords. Still not sure about password managers? There's plenty of guidance available, and many services, both paid and free, cater to different needs. To move your passwords out of Authenticator, open the app, go to Settings, then Export Passwords, which creates a file of your saved credentials. Most password managers, including those integrated into browsers or platforms like Apple's Keychain and Android's equivalent, support importing this file. If you encounter issues importing your data, reaching out to customer support for your chosen password manager is the best route. So, what do you think? Is the end of passwords finally here? Or are we rushing into a new system that's still too fragmented? Are passkeys truly the future of secure login? Or just another hurdle for everyday users? Share your thoughts. The debate is wide open and your opinion matters. Microsoft Authenticator. The end of password management? Imagine this. The tool you've relied on for years to safeguard your passwords is stepping back from that role, leaving you scrambling for alternatives. And it's not just any tool. It's Microsoft Authenticator. one of the most trusted names in digital security. But here's where things get tricky. While Authenticator is bowing out of password management, its replacement strategy feels incomplete, raising questions about what comes next. If you're wondering how this impacts you and what Microsoft has planned, keep reading. We'll unpack all the details. Microsoft has long been a vocal advocate for Passkeys, a newer, more secure alternative to traditional passwords. And it seems they're doubling down on this push. As of August 1st, 2025, users will no longer be able to rely on Microsoft Authenticator to store or manage their passwords. This shift, first flagged earlier in the year, marks a significant turning point in how individuals handle their online credentials.